Tulsa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. You think the fans are ready for this one? The roof's shaking underneath us, guys. Running to the left. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When you're undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. On target. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Back to the air one more time. Gets it out quickly. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
You run the slant route day one, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to the wide receiver.
Leaves it with the back. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out 1st downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. And if you get to stick around here recently, a lot of success, too.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Making great decisions, that's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy, can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good, too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks. You don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback?
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Looking for the score. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. First down here for the offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Alabama quickly back to the line. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Skips away from pressure. Oh, and he find a hole in that secondary. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with the first down. All wideouts, no backs. Back to pass, it's Meyer. Quickly complete.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create possibility.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to throw.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. They want to run this quarterback. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a design quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that 4th down.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the back. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. He wants to take the top off. Makes the grab inside the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than we saw right there.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
He's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in the last what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to solve it.
Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And I love this because you got second and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get third and management. Nice job getting a run, not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on third down.
Using the quick game. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
Breaks the tackle. Pushes and picks his way ahead for 6 yards. He's down at the 8.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him around. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Wolverine. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the field.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
He's got his man. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Let's go. Wide receiver coming across in motion. A little screen to the running back. Turns it on in midfield. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To spread it out to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Easy. Dropping back, it's Meyer. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back games this guy's notched a sack. Starting to be a problem. A guy that's diagnosing passes, rushing the passer really, really well. This defense could use this guy's production consistently.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Reels it in the end zone.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. North Carolina is down right now, but that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. Do not rule out a comeback. They're trailing by 10 to Western Kentucky. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll start this drive firing. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed in the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He's going to take off. Good pickup on that play. He'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when he's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes that do it with ease.
And off from the shotgun. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. You can hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
They can make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snaps it in the shotgun. Takes a hit as he releases in, just spiked it right into the ground.
And they decide to go for it. Decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really just how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Dropping back, it's Myers. Quarterback moving. He'll throw one to his right. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. At the 40, there he goes. And he gets the interception and finally run out of bounds, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Wolverines will line up to kick off and start the second half. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, and he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They keep it on the ground to open the 3rd. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. And the linebacker comes free, Billman making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Alabama pushing the tempo. They'll try to pick up the first. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. He's got his man. Throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Wants to throw on 3rd down. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and he'll bring it to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Wide out in motion. To the air. It's Meyer. Fires to the big fella. Just plowing ahead. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. To the ground with the back. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Still looking, on the move. Going to try to get it himself. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive. And I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Trying to make magic with his feet. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Lets it fly deep downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. It's Myers. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Reads it, fires complete. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. They'll run for it on fourth down. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama. Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get to the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed to play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it's a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense getting set for first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Gets rid of it. Got his man downfield. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. We talked a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground with the running back. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. The Wolverines racing to the line in a hurry up. Handoff from the gun. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Quick strike complete. Quick step and go. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. First down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. The corners are walked up tight. Trying to find his man on first down. The throw. He's right on target. And they're able to get him on the ground.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Swings it out to his running back. Touchdown, Wolverine! And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense going.
Bounced off his feet.
Listen, I know you don't want to run your quarterback every play, but when you got a guy that can scoot like that, bro, you've got to give him the football. You got to give him opportunities, just not too many.
And it is so tempting, especially if you feel like you need a big play and you know he can get it.
Yep, and I think that's why you tell him to protect himself. End the runs, slide, get down, don't take those big hits.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Feeling some heat. Got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Alabama quickly back to the line. He'll do it himself. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. To the air, it's Meyer. Got his man quickly. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown Tide! That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Nebraska is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Tom Osborne, this has not been a blowout today in Lincoln. They're up by 13 over Kent State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Smart move to keep it on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. On second down, just keeps firing. And the heat will get home. The quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, this offense has been bad. Out of the first play, nowhere to go, nowhere to run, tackle for a loss. Second play, you get your quarterback sacked. And the third play, now we're sitting in 3rd and long, right where this defense wants to get us.
We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, third and long coming. He's looking downfield to throw. He'll pull it down. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. He gets a block. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. Back to throw, it's Myers. Floats it out in space. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Trying to get everybody set, but the clock's still running. He wants to throw. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up the first down. They'll run it from the gun. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Alabama pushing the tempo. Gets it out fast. And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got the first down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
Aggressive versus reckless. It's such a fine line when you're trailing and you need to make plays late in the game. The offense was reckless, turned the football over, and this one doesn't look great.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. And now, Jesse, the art here is to find the balance between milking the clock and trying to get another score.
I think if you're the coaching staff, too, you like to see your team play its best in the fourth quarter, right? Defense just did their job, so offense now, David, has to go out and handle their business.
Yeah, you got the momentum. Because of the defense, they've given you some momentum. They've given you a great opportunity to take hold of this game and really put a stamp on it.
Right back to the well. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. They'll try it over the left side. Still on his feet at the 45. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Myers on the move. Wide open downfield. Oh, look out. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Michigan.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. I know the situation looks bleak, but have we nothing if we don't have hope, David?
Amen. I mean, just keep hope alive.
And it's picked off for the third time today. Takes it the other way. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Wolverine. Guess they wanted to make sure they rubbed a little salt in the wound here down the stretch.
And it's your job to stop them. Keep playing football. I like it when the offense keeps the foot on the accelerator. It's your job. If you don't like it defensively, do something about it.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Fighting off the defender. Got room at the 35. Can anyone catch it? The 20. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He shed tackles right and left at Houston.
Well, we see the home run on offense, but defensively, we've got to do a better job tackling. You've got to get hats to the football, and then you've got to bring the ball carrier down. Poor fundamentals, poor tackling helped lead to that long touchdown.
He makes his way into the end zone for the 2, and now they trail by just 13. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Looking to scramble. And as the ball goes to the turf, the clock has hit 0. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense option. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one, actually, not one stop in this many points that's being scored. You got to stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.